All right, hello Michigan. This is our February 1st partner Zoom of the Michigan Financial Wellness Network, and I'm glad you all could be here. It's a beautiful, sunny, but quite cold morning here in Detroit. Today is our annual partner roundup. And so what that means is I do very little talking. I'm going to give a couple of quick updates. If you have questions about anything that I share, I'm happy to answer them either in the main room or after the meeting concludes. But for the best use of our time today, as we're getting to know one another, I do ask that if you're comfortable and if you're able to turn your cameras on, so that as you're meeting people, you can associate, more than just a black box and a name. And I think everyone has already renamed themselves with your name and your association. So that's also very helpful to make the best use of our time. So as you're thinking about the morning, I'd like you to, like I said, I have just a couple of updates, and then be thinking about your 30 seconds. To get it started in the breakout rooms. It's basically who you are, the organization you represent, and what you need, if there's something that you're looking for, and what you have to offer. So with that, I'm going to do my, my quick updates. And first of all, I have to thank our underwriting partners. From 2022, we have a number of financial sponsors that have already renewed their commitment to support the work that we do year-round here in Michigan to serve Michigan residents of all ages and stages, all walks of life, from our earliest learners around 3 years old, through high schools, college, working adults, and into retirement. So very grateful for the support of Raymond James and the Michigan Credit Union Foundation, for sure Anthem Advisors, and new to our sponsors this year is Lake Trust Credit Union. And also, thanks to those who supported us last year, and we still are in discussions with Ally Financial. And of course, a shout out to the Michigan Council on Economic Education for continuing to be our fiscal agent so that we can fundraise to keep doing this work together. So as I said, today is our partner roundup. So it's all about you. As you're thinking about your 30, it's who you are, your organization, what it is you're looking for, what kind of contacts or connections, and what you have to offer. Typically, partners fill one or more of the following roles. They're usually a content partner. They have expertise or resources to share, or they're an audience provider. They might have a classroom or a youth group or an employer site that's looking for educational opportunities. Or they could be a financial supporter, like those that I just mentioned. And every single person in this Zoom and on this recording can be a promotional partner. So, helping to promote what we do, events that we're hosting, workshops that we're doing, contests that are being held, whether it be through, newsletters or websites or word of mouth or social media. So partners fill one or more. Sometimes a partner fills 2 or 3 of those roles, or 4 actually. But typically it's a dual. Someone can be a content provider and also be a promotional partner and so forth. So I'm going to give a couple quick updates, and then we're going to go into our breakouts. Very exciting updates for the FemPreneur Summit, which is happening on March 8th. And I see a couple of our speakers and participants who joined us here today. It is March 8th in Northville, easy access off of I-275 and M14. We are still looking for exhibitors. We have space for up to 24 exhibitors, and these can be organizations or individuals that provide products or services to support the whole woman, whether it be a B2B exhibitor or a B2C exhibitor. So think about health and wellness, think about business growth, think about coaching, think about web development, graphic design, SEO, all of that. Anything that can support a female entrepreneur is welcome to be an exhibitor. We have 10 already committed, so we are almost halfway there. We have a great speaker lineup. This is probably one of the more powerful speaker lineups we have had to date. And this is our 8th year of doing this. So my co-planner, Heather Doring-McGlone, we have a media sponsor, Motor City Woman, our catering provider, Everyday Edibles. We're going to eat very well. And we have two team leaders, Vicki Lieberman as our speaker liaison and our marketplace coordinator, Lydia Kopika. We have registration for participants is open and exhibitors, as well as anyone who'd like to look at becoming a sponsor. Our title sponsor this year is Lake Trust Credit Union, I'm very excited to say, and our Summit Marketplace sponsor is Anthem Advisors. So you can email me for more information or ask me at the end of the meeting if you want more details. And this is just the lineup of the speakers we have thus far. We have, I think, one or two more that we are working to secure. So, but we are about 95% of the way there. Smart Money Kids Read, for anyone who works with libraries or libraries who've requested copies of our new original book. It has gone to the publishing, it's gone to print. So we are on track to do distribution March 6th. We have 12,000 copies ordered, 9,000 of which are going to public libraries for story times at libraries across the state. And everyone who made a request thus far is confirmed. So if you requested copies, you will get them. We're working on our supplement of activity ideas that will be emailed out to participating libraries on March 6th. Funding the Future, and Casey Sage, who's with us today, is on the board, as well as Derek D'Angelo, if anyone has questions about this opportunity for middle and high school students. The spring tour is coming soon, April 26th through May 5th, and I'm happy to help connect anyone who might have connections with a middle or high school that would like to host a show. We do have some dates still available for the spring tour with Gooding. You can email me and I'll put you in touch with the scheduler. Our Smart Money Magic Show, we have the on-demand video vignettes still available from last year. We're working on returning to the in-person show. I just don't know if or when that's going to happen. So Ally has sponsored this in the past, and depending on what happens with the decision-making process there, I might be looking for a new underwriting partner. So I have a couple folks in mind that I'd like to chat with about that, and one of whom is in the Zoom today. So maybe we'll get a chance to talk more about this. And then this is just my wrap-up slide. Please make a note that we typically meet the first Wednesday of the month. However, in March, I have a conflict. I'm going to be out of the country. And so we've moved it to Thursday, March 2nd. And please make sure this is on your calendar, because recommendation from Derek with MCEE, I've reached out to and had conversations with the Foundation for Economic Excellence. And I think that what they have to offer might be of great value to organizations or individuals who work with folks who support youth and young adults. So between the ages of, say, 11 and 26 years old, can be school-based, can be community-based, can be church-based, as well as classroom teachers. And I can give more information about that. But we have them coming in to do a special featured speaker on our March 2nd date. Oh, okay, great. Oh, good. Okay, Amanda. See, this is why I do the recordings. If you can't make it, you can catch those details. So I am going to stop screen sharing now, because unless anyone has questions, I know that was fast, but I wanted to leave the maximum amount of time for the small group. So again, I'm happy to answer questions during the breakout sessions or after the conclusion of our meeting. But I'm going to go ahead, if everyone is okay with that, and I'm going to start breaking us into some small groups. And I don't think I need this many. All right, so yeah, I think this is a good number. So folks, you are going to be put into breakout rooms, and there are between 5 and, I think maybe I need to do this with 4. Yeah, this is better. Okay, so, and yes, you can enable the closed captioning on this meeting if that is helpful to you. You do that as an individual. I don't have it turned off. I have it available, so feel free to do that, okay? if the closed captioning is helpful for you. So I'm going to put you all into breakout rooms. You can pop out if necessary, if you want to chat with me outside, or you can chat with me at the end of the meeting. But we're going to go into breakout rooms and think about your 30 seconds to get the conversation started. You can take notes so you can follow people after the fact. And then in 10 minutes, the rooms will close and we'll come back together, randomly resort and go back into groups together. You're just here. That's what matters the most.
Great.
So in our last, what do we have, 7 minutes, I'd love some feedback from folks who are here today about your breakout rooms. Is this something that you would like to have us return to our monthly meetings? You can unmute, and this is just a free conversation. It's not, it doesn't have to be scripted.
I enjoyed the breakout sessions, but the people are not familiar with the idea of putting their contact information in the chat.
Okay. We do have a partner connection sheet, Natalie, that I can get to you so that people who want to follow up with folks after the fact, we do have that. So since you're new, you wouldn't have known that.
Thank you.
Would you like us to put contact info in the chat? Because I can copy and paste them in there.
If you'd like to, we do have, and now that you're on the distribution for our e-newsletter, Kirsten, you will get the link to where our partner connection sheet. I don't give away our database. That's the bottom line. So I don't share contact information for people that haven't said they want me to do that. So we have a separate, basically it's a Google sheet where people can put their contact information if they want to be available outside of our monthly meetings. So for those who've been part of the network for a while, is this something you guys want us to, we used to do these breakout rooms almost every meeting, and then we kind of got away from it because there was a lot of, updates to be had. But how do you feel about incorporating the formal networking back into our monthly meetings?
I mean, I think it's good. I don't know if we would need to do 3 breakouts or whatever each meeting, but I think maybe if there's one breakout, it would just kind of rotate us, have like one conversation, aim for one conversation each meeting kind of idea.
Okay.
If it's a small group, I think we've done pretty well when we're able to just share in the small group too.
Right. Yes.
So it depends on how many people.
Exactly. Depends on the attendance, right? Because I love it when we're all together and I get to hear from everybody. But when you have 15 or 20 people, that's not really feasible in 40 minutes, Okay. That's good. And I do want to get back to our kind of 5-minute features too. And next month, we're going to have a special guest and they're probably going to get half of our meeting because they have so much. Oh, good. Okay, so Derek is putting information about the economic MCEE's economic and personal finance challenges into the chat. And Derek, will you unmute and just say your web address so that on the recording it is there for people who want to get more information about the personal finance challenge and the economics challenge? Can you just state the web address, please?
Yeah, it's michiganecon.org. And to get to personal finance challenge, you just go /PFC for personal finance challenge. And to get to econ challenge, if you want to go directly, it would be /econ challenge. So pretty easy to find that information. Definitely would like to see if there's anybody who is interested in judging the case study competition that we have for the personal finance challenge, and then also the personal finance institutes where we train teachers, typically 30 to 40 teachers for a couple days. We're going to be doing that in mid-August at the Federal Reserve in Detroit. We just have to pick our day here in the next couple days, and we have like 8 topics: credit, investing, banking, money and money management. So lots of great ways to connect with teachers. If anybody's interested in sharing their expertise for a session, what we do is we do an industry professional and then followed by an expert teacher sharing lessons and how to use that in your classroom.
Derek, are those teachers from statewide?
Yeah, we advertise this to statewide. We usually try to work with our financial partners to be able to give some travel stipends to teachers who are traveling over 60 miles so that we can have them in a hotel during the presentations. So yeah, it's definitely statewide. We also are looking at being able to do one virtually, not just offer it in person, but also virtually. But again, it's compiling funding to be able to do those types of things.
And Lori is posting information about the smart money contests. And Lori, the MSU and MSU extension website is, let's say, comprehensive. And sometimes it's difficult to find what you're looking for. Is there a web URL where someone could go and find the programs that you were sharing today?
Yeah, if you go to the website and just search youth money management or 4-H money management, they'll pull
Gotcha.
up, or the website will pull up. And then there's events listing or classes, whichever one it is, because we've got self-guided classes for youth, and we also have events if you click on the events tab. So, and if there's any questions, because I know there's a lot on there, anyone can feel free to email me and I will share directly all the links.
What is the main web URL?
It would be let me grab it.
I mean,
For the
where
money
someone could
management.
yeah, if you could just say it so that it's on the recording, say the
Sure.
website where people can go to search for these programs.
I
mean,
would say the one that no, not the one I put in the chat. So canr.msu.edu would be the easiest place to look. And then you can do /youth_money_management.
Okay. Thank you. So we are up on our 9:30, and as I said, I am available to stay if anyone wants to chat about the FemPreneur Summit. By the way, I would be remiss if I didn't say that the FemPreneur Summit, although it's taking place right on the border of Northville and Livonia, we do have a remote option. So any female entrepreneur from around the state, or really anywhere in the country, who wants to Zoom in and listen to our amazing speakers are able to do that. So there is a remote option. Now, if we don't have folks register for that remote option, we might just not do it because why, but if we have interest outside of, say within an hour of the physical site, people can register to do the Zoom option and catch all the speakers, all the panelists and all of that. So unless anyone has questions for me about our Smart Money Kids Read program or the FemPreneur Summit or our magic show, we can adjourn. I'll stop the recording, and if you have questions, I'll hang on for just a few more minutes. So remember, next month's meeting, don't miss it. The Foundation for Economic Education is our guest speaker, national speakers from literally around the country with expertise in a whole variety of topics from entrepreneurship and economics and personal finance are available at no cost to audiences ages 11 to 26. So be sure to tune in on Thursday, March 2nd. And until then, everyone, have a great winter.